what? You're not a Maharashtrian?
Yeah.
So
But
that was the
that's
biggest.
the greatest compliment
Yes,
you can
for
get.
sure.
Have you ever got a bad review? You're like that school kid जो क्लास में हमेशा फर्स्ट आता है या अच्छा मार्क्स लेके आता है.
Touchwood, please. मैं कभी नहीं चाहती कि मेरा एक bad review आए. When I see the trailer or at the first screening is when I realize that who I've worked with. And that's when I start. Yeah, that's when I start bawling, and I'm like, I'm crying, and I'm like, what? When did this happen? And everyone around them told them that older than you. Why do you want to do it? Look at her. Look at how she behaves.
Hello everybody, welcome to midday.com. I am here with actress Radhika Madan, fresh from the success of Sarfira. Lovely to be talking to you here in person after
I know.
Zoom call during Sajji Shinde, which is another great gem in your filmography,
Thank
I must
you so
say.
much.
Reviews of Kills have been great and your performance has been praised. And I was just thinking, have you ever got a bad review? You're like that school kid जो class में हमेशा first आता है या अच्छा marks लेके आता है. You know, I've not seen any film in your filmography where your performance has not been praised.
Touchwood, please. मैं कभी नहीं चाहती कि मेरा एक bad review आए. I work.
It hasn't happened so far, right?
It's people have been gracious till now. They have been gracious, and
I think you're being too humble. It's also your talent.
I try to work really hard. I work extremely hard and put in everything that I have, and I just feel amazing that you know people give me so much of love, because that's the only thing that motivates me to work harder on my next project. So yeah, I hope I never get a bad review.
Let's hope so. Fingers crossed. Tell me, what was the transformation into Rani like? And also because this is, I think, your second Marathi role after Sajni Shinde.
Yes, but this was a hardcore Marathi role.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. And then I thought, okay, let me, I'll talk to you about how this was different from Sajni.
Sajni was still very, very subtle. We focused on the lisp more in Sajni, and of course, dialect was not as hardcore as this one. We did speak in a lot of Marathi dialogues in Sarfira. I did take a lot of classes, Marathi classes. I trained for like 3 months to learn Marathi.
Also dance.
Yes, I listen to a lot of Marathi songs.
Oh, okay.
I used to go to this local salon of mine where people, the women there, they speak in Marathi because so that the other people can't understand. And I used to go there for my nails. मुझे कुछ नहीं करानी थी nails में, मैं बैठी रहती थी कि कुछ भी कर दो so that I can hear them talk. And they used to gossip a lot and bitch a lot about their households and everything. And I used to just try and understand it. Because if I can understand Marathi, maybe I can, improvise on set. Took a few nuances from there, and yeah, that's how I prepped for Rani. Learned a different body language, observed a lot of women, Marathi women, and yeah.
How long has it been for you in Bombay?
It's been almost 10 years for me in Bombay.
Right. So
Yes.
did you pick up the language while living here, या फिर Sarfira के लिए अलग से you had to like?
I could understand a bit. But not a lot, because here in Bombay you meet people who are from all over the country, all over the country, and Delhi people from Gujarat, everyone. So not specifically Maharashtrian people. So I did have to learn the language,
Right.
and just to caught on to that lingo and how they speak. The tonality is very different.
Right.
So it was fun, a lot of fun.
Right. Wearing those saris and everything.
Oh
and
yes, the
shirts.
nakhni, the saris, the hair. It was beautiful. It made me feel like a true Maharashtrian woman. And my biggest validation and compliment was when we had a screening in Pune, and people there after the screening were talking to me in Marathi.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm from Delhi. They were like, what? You are from Delhi? मैं पीतमपुरा की लड़की हूँ मैं. They were like, what? You're not a Maharashtrian?
Yeah.
So
But
that was the
that's
biggest.
the greatest compliment you can
for
get.
sure.
Convince the audience that is who you are. Rani is who you are. Great. But you posted about how Rani came to you at a time when you were in a dark phase.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to say what that was and how this role pulled you out of that?
I just finished doing Sana, and I was in a very dark mind space. It was tough for me to get out of bed at that point, and Shani came to me as a breath of fresh air, and she just revived me from that zone. She was so fiery and driven and passionate, and she reminded me of who I was, a part of me that I'd forgotten.
Wow.
So
Which part is that?
the part that I came to the city with. You do so many roles and so many characters, and you try to sound smart and be like, of course, I switch on and switch off, and but you don't realize that there sometimes you did take on the residual feelings of those characters, and it's very tough to find who you are at that point. I don't think I have the craft yet to totally detached and just retain myself and separate the character from myself. I wish I learned that someday. I don't take like I don't want to sound like, oh, I do that and I'm better. Not at all. It's not a good thing. So I think I did keep those residual feelings with me, and somehow it has and lost myself with that. And Rani came as a reminder, like a rebound almost, and just gave me back my enthusiasm, my fire, and my zeal for life.
Also, you I think in another post you've written that Akshay never made it feel like he was a star and much more senior than you in terms of experience. And did you ever feel intimidated at any point? Did you always have that confidence which Rani shows on screen?
It's also credit to him because he was so gracious. He didn't come with the superstar air around him, and he made everyone feel so comfortable at the shoot. Also, like when I usually do a film, I there's a switch inside me where I just see the person as their character. So for me, he was Veer for most of the time, and I was Rani. And later on, of course, it usually sinks in. I've seen this pattern in my life where when I see the trailer or at the first screening is when I realize that who I've worked with. And that's when I start, that's when I start bawling, and I'm like, I'm crying, and I'm like, what? When did this happen? And that's when it sinks in. Otherwise, I feel that it kind of interferes in your performance. That awe and everything just seeps in. Right. So the same thing happened with me during Angrezi. When I saw the trailer, when I read my name, I was like, oh, when did this happen? And the same thing happened. So I'm kind of grateful about this switch in my body as well. But the credit actually goes to him for creating that environment for me to just focus on my performance.
Right. In the film, of course, he plays a character who's definitely much more older than you. But in commercial Bollywood cinema, we do have a lot of older actors being paired opposite younger actors, and that becomes a bit of a talk point, especially these days when we are moving to a slightly more realistic films.
Correct.
Is that something that you ever think about, or has there been an offer that you're like, maybe I'm not going to be, I won't look convincing with this actor?
So it needs to make sense to me as well.
Okay.
Like when the film was announced and when the trailer came in, we didn't have that feedback, that age difference. But did you feel it after watching the film? Yeah, because everything is explained in the film.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah,
from the word
logic.
go, the age difference is addressed. And we find it weird because usually we fall for the superficial aspect of it, a younger girl, older guy, or whatever. But here in this film, Rani and Veer were not attracted to each other because of their looks or because of the age. Everyone around them told them that older than you, why do you want to do it? Look at her, look at how she behaves. But they recognized themselves in the other person's eyes. Everyone around them used to just condemn them about their dream, about their drive, that you're crazy, you're sarfira. But it was just the other person who said that it doesn't sound crazy to me. And I think that is when they were attracted to each other. Right. Because they respected each other's dreams, not how they looked or what their age was.
Right.
They felt seen.
Right.
And that layer was beautiful for me in the film. And that's the reason it doesn't bother you, because I asked every single person who came out of the screening that, did it bother you? They were like, no, because it felt real.
Real, yes.
It felt beyond the superficial aspect of it. It was way deeper. The connection was way deeper. And Rani didn't say yes to him like in the first meeting when he had said yes. She took her time.
Yeah.
She reached a place where she could respect herself and respect him before getting into marriage, which is progressive and way more layered and deeper. So I think that's the reason it didn't bother people, and most of the reviews said that the chemistry really worked for them.
Yes, yes.
So I think even if you're making that choice of taking an older woman, younger guy, older man, younger girl, we need to make it deeper.
Did you have like crazy early morning call times with him?
Oh yes. Oh yes, one time I was called at 4 a.m. and
my God.
I came at 3:50 a.m. trying to be smart and like impressing people.
Did you sleep at all?
I did sleep, but I woke up at like I reached at like 10 minutes early, saying that people are gonna find me professional. And then an AD came running to my vanity that hurry up, and I was like, why? I came early. And they were like, Akshay sir, यहाँ पे 3:30 बजे से हैं." Because he woke up earlier than that.
Oh
and
my God.
He came before his
That
call.
man is just amazing.
So I was like, wow, he's already shooting a scene. I'm trying to be smart here, coming like 10 minutes early, trying to impress people, and he's there already, ready to roll.
Wow.
So, thorough professional.
Once I remember when I was in Delhi, he was in Delhi and there was an interview supposed to happen. He had called us at some 7:30 or 8 a.m. in the morning. And in winters, peak winter, somehow we barely slept. 6 बजे निकले कि भाई पहुंचना है, we can't be late for Akshay sir's interview. So we're like, okay. And how do you do this? It's like, I am up. My exercise is done. My food is done. Whatever is done. I'm ready for the day.
Very disciplined.
Surfira is about fulfilling one's dreams. How close are you to fulfilling yours? Are you there where you thought you would be? 10 years in Mumbai, moving here for one TV show, then films.
I just feel lucky that I'm a working actor. It is a dream. I'm living my dream right now, and I just want to keep doing this. I don't know if because the goals keep changing after every few years.
Really?
And I know for a fact that I'm never going to reach that place. But I'm in love with the journey. I'm extremely in love with the journey. It makes me grow as a human being, and somehow it affects your performances as well. And I love the correlation in it. I love how ups and downs of life, teaches me patience and resilience. Bombay is not for a faint-hearted person. So, in these years, I've grown a lot as a human being, and I'm just thankful for that. So I want to be on that journey of self-improvement and just getting to live different lives, challenging myself, always being out of my comfort zone. It's just beautiful and it's torturous at the same time.
Last time we spoke, you said that you wanted to play a typical Bollywood heroine in some film. Are you close to that?
Oh, now it has changed. I think after two months, it'll change again. I think because I'm not like... I get bored with things very easily and with living one life easily. I think that's the reason I'm an actor. So now I want to play an antagonist. A really layered antagonist, like a Joker or something like that. Because I've been told I have a very innocent face. I want to just use it.
And, like a closeted serial killer.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Write it for me.
Manifesting.
Write it.
Yes, definitely.
So if, after 2 months, if you'll speak to me, I'll say something else.
No, but let's hope whatever you dream of that comes true. But anything, what are you moving on to now that Surfira is done and dusted?
I have 2 releases coming up. One is called Rumi Ki Sharafat.
Right.
That's my 5th project with Maddock. It's a comedy. So people are going to get see a different version of me.
Amazing.
The other one is Sana, which did its festival rounds around the world. It got me my first International Best Actor trophy.
Right.
And hopefully it's going to release this year.
Is that what you went to the Emmys with when you were the jury?
So I went to Emmys as the youngest jury from India. But I did go to Talent with that film. Talent, UK, New York. We did our international festival rounds with that film. So a year before that, we went with Sana with a film, and a year after that, I went there as a jury member.
Amazing.
I think it was Sana that really got me that attention of seeing me as a jury member. So.
Amazing. Okay, that brings us to the end of it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and please keep doing what you do best. That's acting and entertaining us.
Thank you so much.
Lovely.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.